Alright everybody, so if you watched my last video, you would have seen that I looked like I was having a graphics card issue. But after having uploaded the video, something interesting happened. I went to reboot my system and I was getting a CPU error on the Easy Debug LED light. Tried everything, nothing would work. So I started switching CPUs around. I had my test bench, which had a 3600X. I put that into my main system that it used to be my main system. And everything worked great. I put the 5800X in the other system, that was the test bench. So when I tested the 5800X on the test bench, which had been working fine, game played, everything seemed to be fine. And I'm like, okay, great. Maybe it's not the graphics card. But then the system shut itself down. And I'm like, okay, that just doesn't seem like it should be the graphics card. So I switched it up and put it into the 3600X into my main system, my previous main system. Put the 6700 back in it, and you'll see what happens. So let's show you that. It's a little surprising, actually. So here we go. Okay, so I had something happen that makes me want to confirm whether the problem I was thinking I have with the graphics card could actually be the CPU. I have the 5800X. Now, the 5800X that I bought when I first got it years ago had a fingerprint on it when I took it out of the box, which made me believe either somebody had repackaged it, which meant there could have been problems with it. It would randomly shut itself down. I always blamed it on Windows updates or stuff like that. But I'm starting to think it's more than that. So I put the graphics card back in my old system. Okay, that's it right here. And the thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start again because it has a different CPU in it. I want to see if I still get the same artifacting. Well, not artifacting, but the same kind of glitches that I was getting before. So I'm going to fire up Uncharted Thieves End, and we're going to see what happens. Alright. So, different CPU, the original 6700X graphics card. Let's see what happens. Already I'm not seeing any of the white lines or blotches across the screen, so am I going to get it? I don't know. The 3600X is what I'm running with right now, just in case for those who are interested. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's working fine. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. So, if a 3600 can do it, obviously all this time I've had an issue with reboots and a lot of other stuff. Even though the system ran, apparently it was the CPU this whole time. That is pretty crazy, actually. Well, it used to shut my system down. It is not doing that. So ultimately, my CPU, and I've never seen one fail before, but obviously it's happened. But when you see all the things that were happening in the previous video, all the white lines across the screen, all that kind of stuff, I was certain it was the graphics card. So I've been playing this now for a good 10 minutes. Nothing coming across the screen. Everything's working great. I took out the 5800X because I've been having my system for quite a while now shut down randomly. And silly me, I just thought, no big deal. Apparently it was a big deal. I haven't updated the BIOS on this yet, so I am going to go ahead and do that. And then once I've got that done, well, maybe we'll try this again with the 5800X again. But I don't think so, because I put it into a different system, swapped the CPU that 3600X was in, and that system shut down. This one is not shut down. So that tells me that's what's happening. So, not that, it's kind of a big problem when a CPU that you get brand new in a box has an issue, and has had an issue since I got it. But that's okay. I am going to replace it with another CPU, and we'll go from there. Prices are pretty good for CPUs for AMD right now, so that's what we're going to wind up doing. Okay, so for those of you that are wondering, I also did a BIOS update. I updated all the drivers from fresh install, removed all the drivers, everything that was on here. Ultimately, even switched CPUs. With having done all that, still the same problem with the 6700 XT. So what's wrong with it? I don't really know. It was working fine and it just stopped. Even with the newest AMD driver, it didn't fix anything. So now I have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 12 gigabyte overclock from Asus graphics card. Okay, this right here. All right, it's all plugged in, powered up, and gonna try it one more time and see what happens. If it doesn't work now, well then it's not the graphics card, it's the system. Okay, so I did use the graphics card that's in there now and ran the game and everything is fine. Alright everybody, so this has been kind of a back and forth kind of video, because first I thought it was a CPU, then I thought it was a GPU. Turns out it's mostly the CPU, but because it is still having issues crashing and shutting down randomly with no rhyme or reason, so I'm still exploring that. But the graphics card definitely has a problem. So the 6700X will work most of the time, but as soon as there's a big load that goes on it, it shuts down. Not sure what's causing that. Obviously something wrong with it. Well, I don't know if it's overheating or what it is, but so bottom line, I've replaced the graphics card with a better graphics card. System is running fine with that graphics card. And now I'm just going to I'm going to swap the 3600 back out. I've got a 5800X 3D, the Vcache one. That's probably going to go in there to replace the 3600. Update that system. The other one's already updated with the 5800X, which seems to be working. But because I know it has issues, I'm going to try to get to the bottom of it and find out what exactly is going wrong. It's weird when you get two different things going on at the same time, because it causes all kinds of confusion. So if the video seemed like I jumped around a lot, it's because I kind of did. Because first I think it's one, and then I think it's another, and then it turns out to be both. CPU and graphics card. CPU, I'm not sure if I can fix or not, or it's just something internally wrong with it. No idea. I'm definitely going to be doing more testing. If I get something confirmed with the CPU in terms of what might be causing it, I'll get back to you. But for now, as far as I'm concerned, the CPU and graphics card are just, because when I put the NVIDIA graphics card in there, everything works fine with a different CPU as well. So at least that system is salvaged. It'll be working fine. I'll upgrade it to the new CPU, and then I'm going to still work on the other one that's got the 5800X in it and see what the heck is going on. Because obviously there's something. I may or may not be able to fix it. Anyway, going on for too long. Video's done. If you like it, hit that like. If you don't, leave me a comment. If you got questions, you probably do on this one. Leave them in the comments down below. I'll get back to you as best I can. If you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit the bell for notifications for videos as they come up. And as always, thanks for watching, because this one was a roller coaster. Take care.